Hello everyone, welcome to the wonderful course of webMethods. I would sincerely like to thank each one of you for purchasing this course, and rest assured that you would not be regretted while you complete the module. It's quite an extensive module. It covers around from the basics of installation to the installation configuration till the development of it. And there are close to 20 modules, and the overall video length kind of exceeds more than 35 hours. As I said, it's quite an extensive course, but hey, it is what it is. You have to go through it. Now, here is one small story I wanted to bring up before we kind of commence the whole webMethods unit itself. Okay, and this is what most of us go through. It's a small story, and this is a true story. It's not something that I'm going to have made it of my own. And just let me tell a scenario. Say you as a fresher, okay, you join to any organization that uses webMethods technology. Please remember this, since we are focusing primarily on the webMethods, so it's kind of used only in few organizations, not across the whole globe. It's used in software AG, that's evident, and it's also used in service-based organizations like Cognizant, Accenture, Tech Mahindra, Wipro, Tata Consultancies, and Tech Mahindra, many more service-based organizations at the same size. At the same time, it's also used in mid-level size companies as well as the smaller companies. So now, if you join to any one of the organization and they kind of put you to the webMethods technology, there is one scenario I wanted to share it across as what I have seen it, and here is a real scenario what's happened. So a fresher has joined to some company. Say, I'm not going to take any organization name. He has joined a company, and one of the managers, okay, who kind of designates or decides which technology that a fresher should work on, he calls up to this guy and says that, hey, you know what, you're going to work on webMethods. And this guy, the fresher, is like, what is webMethods? What? I've learned on Java, .NET, I've been trained on this, I've been learned in my college for 4 years on things like HTML, JavaScript, Angular and stuff like that. Now you're asking me to work on what webMethods? Is it a web development? This manager would say that no, it's fine, you figure it out. There is one team, you will be joining to a team called as let me make up some name for that team. I'll just say it's a utility team. Okay, just making it up. It's okay, there's no such thing as utility team. Ideally you'll be belonging to one of the accounts. So this manager would say that you'll belong to a particular account, say RTMS account, and you will be serving there and working for webMethods. This poor guy fresher has no understanding of anything of IT itself, but he will be enthusiastic that he has a job and he got something to work. Okay, now this guy, the fresher, okay, let's kind of expand this RTMS account. Okay, now this guy okay, let's get this guy inside this account. He joins to the RTMS account. Okay, and within this account, obviously you will be having your own set of team members, and assume that the RTMS account has, say, a team members of 15. Okay, a team members of 15. Now obviously in this account you'll be having one architect, and the other one a technical team lead. Then you have a program manager, and then you have a project manager, and then you have a delivery manager. It's true that an account has more managers than the technical guys. That's always been the case. Delivery manager, Okay, then you will be having one director, but no, I'm not going to talk about that. Okay, so these are the key representatives of any account. You'll be seeing at least these members play the prominent role. Okay, just like how you have a fresher who is joined as a developer. Now there will be a senior developer. Okay, and the senior developer count would be always somewhere in between 5 to 6. If it's a team of 15 members, you'll be having somewhere a count of 6. Okay, just making it up. Okay, again, this is just a hypothetical situation, or it might be even a real situation. Let me get this, guys. Okay, right, so let me just organize them in a way so that I can it will help me to explain better. Okay, there you go. There's a senior developer. Then along with this fresher, you'll be having a developer. A fresher is of 0 years of experience. Developer somewhere in between 1 and 3. Senior developer is somewhere between 3 and above. Team lead, it depends upon how well you perform and you get into the higher designations early. Now, what has happened? This guy, project manager, would say to this fresher, you know what? Talk to your team lead. He will explain all the scenario. Your work, your roles and responsibilities. Okay. Now the team lead, obviously, he would be or she would be stuck with multiple ongoing issues in the account, and this guy or this lady would obviously redirect to some of the senior developer, saying that, you know what, a new fresher has joined. Please talk to this new fresher and help him understand what's happening. Okay, and I will connect with the fresher separately so that I will explain him his roles and responsibilities. Okay, now this guy, the senior developer, would just gets an opportunity to weigh off his work, and he talks to that fresher. Let me delete all of this. I'll just keep one of it. Okay, this guy would explain to fresher what's happening, what are the things around and stuff like that. Okay, so even after listening to what senior developer has said, the fresher would have no clue what he is hearing, because everything is new. The IT is new, the web methods is new. In his mind, in this fresher's mind, all he'll be thinking is, when will I write hash include str.io.h, or when will I write addition of 2 numbers, or when will I write programming language of concatenating or arrays or 2-dimensional matrix and something like that. But he has no clue that web methods doesn't need all of those things. So even after the senior developer who explains about the account, about the business, this guy would be still in his own world. Okay, when will I set encode? And as a fresher, you'll always be in a panic situation, because you'll be always scared to talk to your team lead, or you'll be always scared to talk to your program manager or a project manager asking for the work. So since you'll be quiet and you'll be not asking any work, ideally what happens is that if you don't ask any work, the team lead and the project manager will make an assumption saying that, okay, as a fresher you know everything, not everything. As a fresher, they would have explained you about the account, they would have explained you about the technology, so we are ready to deploy him for work. And that will happen after 2 to 3 weeks. Say for example, today is 5th of February, and 5th of February, and the senior developer explains you about the business and the technology. Okay, now for 2 to 3 weeks no one would even bother you. Okay, because you're a fresher and team lead will have their own responsibility of deliverables. No one would even bother you. After 3 weeks, this team lead will get sudden enlightenment, saying that, oh yeah, there's a fresher who have joined to this team. Now I need to talk to him. It's been already 3 weeks, so let me put him to work. Let me put him to some work. Okay, and I'll tell you a scenario what has happened. Okay, so this team lead, with full of his confidence, he comes to this guy. He comes to the guy after 2 to 3 weeks, and he says that, hey, I am your team lead. You know what? You report to me. And the fresher would be like, okay, so I report to you, so fine. Then he says that, okay, today you will be developing a module on BPMN, on trading network. I'll be setting up a meeting to you with the on-site coordinators. On-site means, see, generally what happens, there are two scenarios, okay. The first scenario is the team who is working at offshore, where it's in the offshore location. Basically it will be either in India, or it would be in Philippines, or it can be in Sri Lanka or any other countries, where if a company, say the company name is RTMS, and if it's headquartered in UK or USA, and if the team members are working in India, Philippines and other things, Philippines and the other countries, then we call it as a kind of an offshore based account. And those who work in the UK or US, we call them, they are at the on-site. On-site doesn't mean traveling to some other country. On-site means you are on the site. A lot of freshers have this wrong notion, or even forget about freshers, even the most senior members who have completed 10 to 15 years of experience in IT, they think that on-site means you will be traveling outside the country. No, on-site means you're on the site. Okay, you're on the site, so you're with the client. Okay, so what happens? This team lead would say that I'll be setting up a call with the on-site team. They will be giving you some functionality and you have to work. Now all of a sudden this fresher gets panicked because no one trained him on web methods. Okay, see, in the 2 to 3 weeks of gap where no one would have contacted that fresher would be really in a dilemma. First, he'll be scared to talk to their senior members. Second, he doesn't even know how to get trained. Okay, and third, he doesn't even have courage to ask how to learn. So you cannot blame the fresher. The reason is because he's just stepped into IT. For the first year, someone needs to guide that fresher. There is a guidance required for 1 to 2 years. You have to hold that person's hand and make him grow. That's the quality of a leadership that I have not seen so far. I've seen at least 1 or 2 of them, which I'm going to thank them in the next video. In my 10 years of tenure, I have seen only 1 or 2 of them. It's just countable. I can count the names who have actually done that in 10 years. Okay, so according to most organizations, fresher means, okay, he's ready to work. No, even though he's trained in Java and the other technology, but still there's a little bit of guidance required from the senior members to work on web methods. So this guy gets panicked. He's like, oh, what's happening? I don't know what to do. It's a BPMT, and what is he saying? Okay, then poor guy, he's still scared that he doesn't know what to do. And by that meantime, he would have made thousands of friends. Okay, fresher would have made thousands of friends of that developer, of freshers and developers. The first level of friendship that the fresher would make is not with the senior team members, with the people of his same par, either be a fresher or a developer, because there's a bit of panic that will be always been there with a fresher to talk to their senior members. It's always been there. Then poor guy, this guy gets into a call, and one of the architect, proud architect, he comes up along with this guy, and there will be some senior developers. Okay, let me put some color of this is a senior developer. Okay, senior developer. Okay, sorry. Okay, let me put under. I think this. Okay, senior developer, and then okay, let me keep something like this, and one developer. This is developer. Okay, so this guy's architect would explain the business flow to all these developers and senior developer freshers, and team lead would say that senior developer, you'll be doing this work. Okay, senior developer, this guy will be doing another work. This developer will be doing another work. Okay, and a fresher, you'll be doing this work. So senior developer and developer, they're already comfortable with web methods. So because they already have stepped into work, now they bit of understand what they say. This guy gets, but fresher gets panicked. And one of the module that was assigned to this fresher was add B2B partner configure in MWS and validate the XML using flow service. Now since he's a fresher, he's still panicked. He doesn't even know what to do. He's struggling. Then he can't even say yes, he can't even say no because he's scared. Getting scared is obvious. He gets scared. And when the team lead assigns the work to this fresher, and he would just nod his head and say that okay. And team lead assumes that okay, the fresher has understood. Okay, the fresher has understood. Now this fresher goes back to his desk and he is wondering, what is XML, what is MWS, what is trading network, what is B2B, what to validate XML, what is even XML. So with lot of courage, he talks to one of the senior developer, says that, hey, my team lead has assigned me some work called as B2B, some XML, something on MWS. Do you know what is this? This guy gets stunned. You're a fresher, right? Yes, I'm a fresher. Who on earth have assigned you this trading network, B2B, XML validation? These are the advanced concept of web methods. Who has assigned to you? Fresher with a lot of respect, he says that my team lead have assigned to me. Senior developer, what the hell, does the team lead even has a brain? Why he has even assigned such a complex work to you? I said that I don't know. He says, a fresher, I don't know why he has assigned to me. Then the fresher will ask, okay, how can I start? Then senior developer will ask, do you know how to even start web methods? Fresher says, no. You don't even know how to start web methods? Okay, do you know what is an Eclipse? Fresher says, I know Eclipse. Okay, then do you know web methods is built out of Eclipse? Fresher, no, I don't know. Do you even know how to connect the web method server? Fresher says, no. Forget about trading network or BPM, you don't even know what is web methods. So then the fresher will ask, what shall I do? The senior developer will laugh at him and say that nothing you can do, you talk to your team lead. So again the fresher is scared to talk to him. Okay, talk to him. So team lead after 2 days asks to this fresher, hey, have you completed the work? Then the fresher says that no, I don't know. Team lead gets very angry. What happened? He says that I don't know how to do it. I just don't know how to do it. Team lead gets very angry and says that how come you don't know? It's been 3 weeks in the system, you don't even know how to work on web methods. Fresher keeps very quiet and internally he starts to cry, saying that what can I do? No one taught me, no one asked me how to do it, no one told me how to learn web methods. No, I don't even know what is web methods. How? He will be crying himself inside. Okay, team lead would have shouted on this fresher multiple times, and then fresher would be sad and team lead would get angry, and team lead would take the fresher work and he would assign to some senior developer, and he says that this particular fresher is useless. This particular fresher is useless because he doesn't even know what it is. Then this guy would go and kind of escalates to project manager, saying that the fresher who has joined to this account is completely useless. We don't want him. We want to replace him. Then the project manager actually says to this team lead, saying that you know what, he's a fresher. No one has trained him on web methods. He doesn't even know what is web methods. It is our responsibility to train him. Then the team lead gets bit of reluctant. Oh, I thought he was already trained in web methods. I thought somebody has already taught him web methods. I didn't know that no one has taught him. And team lead makes an assumption saying that I thought he's already a senior developer. How come I didn't know that he's a fresher? And all those political drama will come into picture. Right, so then again we'll continue with that political drama. So that political drama will be continued, and the team leader would act as if he doesn't know anything about the fresher. Now after a lot of escalations on heat, then the management finally decides for this guy to get trained, and again a training of 1 to 2 weeks will be carried out. And after 1 to 2 weeks, the team lead would again make an assumption that anyways this guy is trained, so he's ready, and now we will be giving him some complex work. Already this guy is angry, so now after training this guy would have got the request. Now a new work has been assigned to this team lead, to the fresher after training. What is that? You know what? Create a B2B profile. Second one, write a complex transformation. Third one, deploy the code, and more. Now the fresher would be saying that the training never taught about all those things. How can I work on it? Then again this guy with lot of fear, he will go and ask the senior developer, saying that again this guy has given this activity what to do. Senior developer would say that there is a web methods documentation, please open the documentation and read. And fresher will be happy, at least I have some documentation to learn. And when he opens the documents, each module has thousands and thousands of pages of document. Now fresher is like, I have not even studied in my engineering so much. By the time I complete reading the documentation of each web methods module, it will be so high that I don't even know where to start and where to begin. Now again, that's a roadblock, because no one teaches to the fresher how to read the documentations, because he just by assigning some work to a fresher and asking him to deliver will not help. At the same time, there should be a guided instructions of how to learn, where to learn from, how to read a document, which are the sections in the documents that are important. Because if you open a particular document on broker, the broker itself contains 850 plus pages of document. Now no project would implement all the 850 pages of the documentation, right? Now just by learning broker doesn't help. Broker has to interact with IS, broker has to interact with MWS, broker has to be kind of coded in designer. Now this connecting dots no one teaches to the fresher. Again this guy ends up in dilemma. It's like a circle on circle. Now team lead gets angry and he tells to project manager, this fresher is completely useless, we need to remove him from the project. Now project manager with a lot of patience saying that, you know what, he's a fresher, we have to train him because he's an investment to the organization. We can't remove the fresher and get senior resources because the billing costs are high, so we have to make an investment to him. Team lead gets irritated and he doesn't even train to this fresher at all. He says that hell with him, I'm not going to work. Now fresher gets isolated. Poor guy is looking for a job, he's looking for a work, but he doesn't get anywhere. He's going for senior developers help, no one is helping him. He's going for architect has no time. Team lead anyways hates him. Okay, program manager is of no use, project manager doesn't care. So finally he gets so lonely, so frustrated, and he just starts to cry inside very badly. Okay, he doesn't even know what to do. One fine day, some spark gets triggered to this fresher. Okay, and he says that heck with senior developer or heck with job, because this guy, no one has given any work for him. No one gave any work for him for 2 to 3 months because team lead thinks he's useless. Project manager has no time. Architect anyways is out of picture. Developers and senior developer have their own set of headaches because they themselves are learning. Okay, and finally one fine day a spark gets ignited to this guy fresher. Okay, and he says that I'll start to learn by my own. So that person starts to read documentation. Okay, in and out. Close to 2 months of rigorous reading of the documentations. 2 months of rigorous reading of documentation, including weekends. Non-stop 2 months of weekends. And then finally fresher gets, okay, this is what web methods is. This is how web methods looks like. Okay, this is what Eclipse is. This is what IS is all about. This is what MWS is all about. Then he extends for another month and learns everything. So everyone thinks that this fresher is just a time pass, and finally even the project manager one day asked to this team lead, what's happening to this fresher? So team lead has not invested anything on this guy. So as a sake of ignorance, team lead says that anyways it's no use, he's been idle for 3 months, we can remove him. So when the project manager hears that he is idle for 3 months, then the project manager finally decides to take him away from the account, like we'll remove him from the RTMS. Now one fine day, this fresher writes an email to the whole world within the RTMS account that this is what has happened. He writes an whole world to the whole world saying that, oh sorry, let me take this. He writes an email saying that, dear team, I have developed, okay, let me, okay, dear team, I have developed a tool, an automated tool in webMethods using DSP, which will remotely look up files in a in a remote location and reads them. The supported protocols are SFTP, FTP, XCOM. Also, I have developed a tool which will create profiles automatically, B2B profiles automatically. And also it will validate both EDI, XML, and flat file. And this is just within 3 to 4 months of his IT career in webMethods. Now looking at this email, this guy gets very shocked. How come he has developed a tool within, I have not even taught him. Project manager gets very happy, okay, saying that wow, this guy fresher has done something very beautiful. Okay, mail goes to even delivery manager. Delivery manager is like, okay, good, congratulations. Program manager is anyways out of the picture. All the senior developers whom he was interacting with, okay, all the senior developers, okay, they felt happy. Okay, he has done something. Okay, they felt happy that this guy has done something. Okay, and team lead was with a lot of shame, saying that how come he has done this? I thought he was useless, but he has done such a complex tool. And looking at the UI, it's like, wow, he has done even web development. He knows even web development as well. This is amazing. Then slowly this team lead comes up to him, says that, hey, this guy would come up here and say that, hey, you have done a fantastic job. Congratulations, man. Please do not send this email to client because I will take the client. I'll send the client email because he's a credit hogger. Okay, he wants to take the credit of what this fresher has done. Fresher would not even care about credit and everything. He just wants to prove that he is capable. He has a huge, immense talent, and that no one taught him or put him in the right direction. From that day onwards, a lot of respect started to grow to this guy. Okay, and all the work that was assigned to him, the fresher was completing within a span of like what, 1 or 2 days or 3 days, and within a year, the fresher was promoted to a developer role. Okay, within a year, and then after after he got promoted to developer, he left the organization with a lot of pain because no one taught him properly. He left the organization and he joined another organization as a senior developer. He was a senior developer within 2 years. Okay, and in the third year, looking at his work, he was actually promoted to team lead. He was actually promoted to a team lead. So this fresher, whom once upon a time they thought is useless, of no significance, he became team lead within 3 to 4 years of his IT journey. Within 3 to 4 years of IT journey. Okay, and then he started to work on many projects, many accounts, and many technologies. This guy who became team lead within 8 or 9 years of his journey, whereas this fresher became team lead in 3 to 4 years of journey. It's only that the fresher was looking in the right direction. No one taught him, so he learned himself. He understood the pain. He knew what was happening, and he taught himself, and he became successful in webMethods. And that fresher whom I was talking about, well, that's me. That's me who is kind of creating this course right now. That's my journey in webMethods. How I began as a webMethods resource, and now I have reached to a stage where I'm kind of preparing a video presentation to all of you guys. And as of now, I have acquired more than 5 different integration skill sets, and I also come from the background of Java, C, C++, and even PHP and Python developer. So a sad journey that I began in webMethods to a successful life or a journey in IT career, which I made it myself during the entire tenure, which helped me to gain confidence to be in the IT world. Now, the scenario what I've explained to all of you guys, I am pretty much sure, undoubtedly, out of 10, 8 would have faced this scenario, because I've seen it myself, or even if not 8, 6 to 7 would have faced it. Okay, and there's a reason why I have made this course. Okay, and the intention behind this course I'll explain in the next video, but the scenario what I've explained right now is a very common scenario to majority of the team members. So I'm here and I'm telling you with a lot of confidence, I understand your pain. I know what you're going through because I've gone through that, and this course is exactly what is designed to overcome that. So I'll talk in the next video why I have designed this course, so that you'll know what you're looking at. Okay, so this is a common journey for every fresher, what I've explained, not even in webMethods technology, in any technology. Take Java, C, C++, .NET, data science, artificial intelligence, the pain is same. So there should be a technique of how to learn things, and here I am to teach you that. Okay, so watch the next video and I'll tell you why I have designed this course. Okay, cool. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.